Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Talk. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Talk. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Talk.
We talked about Halloween. We talked about Thanksgiving. And since a lot of people just got finished indulging in the most wonderful time of the year, why not talk about Christmas?
Word.
The biggest fraud of them all.
Man.
The biggest fraud of them all. That's right. I said it. Frauds. Now, Christmas is probably the most most festive out of all the holidays. It's hands down the most popular, and no doubt it's the most expensive.
Definitely.
You know, and people got their different reasons for celebrating Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's because of the religious beliefs, you know, that it represents Jesus' birthday, or that it's, you know, or you just celebrate it because you feel like it's a time to get together with your family and friends. And then you got the people that just do it just for the hell of it, you know what I'm saying? They just do it just because everybody else doing it. They just doing it for a good time to get drunk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kick it and just be festive, I guess. But let's start off with the belief that December 25th was the actual birthday to Jesus. So we know that Christmas for a long time has been described as a traditional festival to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. But the problem is with that is that that's simply not the truth.
Yeah.
You know, if you actually read the Bible, then you know that it makes no mention of the date that Jesus was born. Nowhere. So it kind of makes you wonder, you know, why did this December 25th date become associated with his birthday?
That's a good question, man. Let's rock with that. I want to know too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's doing research from it and things like that. You do find different things, man. So let's educate.
Now, I was researching some articles, and I found some good articles on the jw.org website. You can look them up yourself. You know what I'm saying? It was one titled "What's Wrong with Christmas Customs." Excuse me. So, like we said, you know, millions of people all around the world, you know, they celebrate this holiday. But do they really know the true meaning, the origins behind this very popular holiday? Like we ask y'all all the time, do you know the meaning of these holidays that you celebrate? These very, very popular holidays.
No, that is true. Not even stop right there, because we do a lot of things, even down to Columbus Day. We celebrate. A lot of people just happy to get off work. A lot of people happy to, you know what I'm saying, get whatever they're going to get for that holiday and really don't know the origins of it. We sometimes, you know, complacently just fall into, you know, being a victim of celebrating what somebody else did. It could be something that was a murderous situation, and, you know, down the line years later, we celebrating that thing and, you know, with, you know, popping bottles about it. So, you know, we is undereducated about things, you know.
Yeah, real talk. So for a very long time, a lot of people believed that Christmas represented the day that Jesus was born. So this paragraph says, second paragraph says, for one thing, there is a myth of Santa Claus. The modern day jolly, white-bearded, rosy-cheeked, red-suited Santa is known to have been a successful Christmas advertisement created for a North American beverage company in 1931. During the 1950s, some Brazilians tried to replace Santa Claus with a native legendary figure, Grandpa Indian. The result, Santa Claus not only defeated Grandpa Indian, but even defeated the child Jesus and became the official representative of the feast of December 25th, says Professor Carlos Fantinati. But are myths such as Santa Claus the only problem with Christmas? For the answer, let us go back to early Christianity.
Man.
So, this Santa Claus character was originally created as a Christmas advertisement for a beverage company back in 1931. And I guess the image just stuck in everybody's head. As a matter of fact, they said the image stuck in everybody's head so tough that it beat out the little Indian, Grandpa Indian, and Jesus it beat Jesus out, and it's supposed to be
his birthday.
Yeah, his
or
birthday.
celebration.
So that lets you know how serious they was taking it.
Yeah, that's branding way back then. That 1930s company, beverage company you're talking about is Coca-Cola. In actuality, Coca-Cola took their colors actually from the red and white that was portrayed by the Saint Nick or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying, to go on and have a lot of the colors in their color scheme that is still today.
True talk.
You know,
True talk. Reading on in the article says, during the first 2 centuries of Christianity, there was a strong opposition to recognizing birthdays of martyrs, or for that matter, of Jesus, states the Encyclopedia Britannica. Why? Christians view birthday celebrations as a pagan custom, something to be avoided altogether. In fact, no mention of the date of Jesus' birth can be found in the Bible.
And I'm not going to front, too. I've looked. Not that I was looking for that, you know what I'm saying, but I read the Bible, you know what I'm saying, all the time, and I, you know, of course, ask the Lord for insight whenever I'm reading it anyway. I don't pick it up like it's just no book, no random book. But I've never seen a December 25th or anything like that portrayed in there, you know what I'm saying? So,
and
that's true.
And this is something else. A lot of people don't even know. We ain't even supposed to be celebrating the birthdays. Not our friends, not ours, not our friends, not our mothers, fathers, siblings, relatives. The celebrating of birthdays also originated with pagan beliefs and customs. A lot of people don't even know that, because again, it's just something normal that was normalized, and everybody just grew accustomed of it. And the cycle just continued.
And you know how it continues on, because just like how Christmas would do too, I see how it can make sense, but when you base something off giving somebody something, a child ain't gonna turn that down. You know what I'm saying? Like how we say we ain't gonna turn down nothing but our collar, you know.
Especially a kid.
Yeah, so you like, I'm finna give you something every year, and most lower income, like how we grew up,
but just
you know
like
what I'm saying?
Said, but if you look, but yeah, that's true.
We looking for something.
But as a child, you can give a child a gift on any day, and they ain't gonna know the difference.
And now when something like that is implemented into their life, and not just no special day like that, because actually every day should be a special day, not just one day. You know what I'm saying? Even when we come to, and this is just off the subject, but even when we come to worshiping our God, I don't wait till I get to Sunday. So some people say Saturday, 7-day Adventist, or Sunday, or whatever it is. I ask God, I tell God, thank you every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad, and I worship Him every day. Like, hey, thank you for letting me be here. It may not be no long prayer, this and that, but you know, it shouldn't just be one day. So go ahead, Face.
Continuing in the paragraph, it says, in the 4th century CE, despite the stand taken by early Christians against the custom of celebrating birthdays, the Catholic Church instituted Christmas. The church wanted to strengthen its position by removing one of the main obstacles in its way, the popularity of the pagan Roman religions and their winter solstice festivals. Each year, from December 17th through January 1st, most Romans feasted, gamed, reveled, paraded, and joined in other festivities as they paid homage to their deities. Says Christmas in America by Penne Aristide. And on December 25th, the Romans celebrated the birth of the invisible Son, instituting Christmas on that day. The church cajoled many Romans into celebrating the birth of Jesus instead of the birth of the Son. So, from the very beginning, this pagan holiday was like built on myths.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is not a real person.
No.
He's not dashing through the snow.
Not with one horse open sleigh.
With 12 with 12 reindeers delivering presents to all the kids all over the damn world. Okay? It's not Jesus' birthday, nor does it have anything to do with anything spiritual, like they tried to make it. The churches was basically trying to get the Romans to stop celebrating their pagan festivities, only to have them participate in theirs. That's basically what they was doing. It's kind of like they was tricking them into celebrating Christmas, telling them a lie that it was Jesus' birthday. And you know, they ain't tripping. They like, hey, do we still get to drink?
Yeah, you know.
Do we still get to drink and do we still get to party?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take it. Let's do it. Basically,
Yeah, that's how a lot of them. That's how a lot of things start off, just like that. Well, you know, because it's a party, it's a celebration. Like some of these things, when I look back and did the research on these, some of these were like Mardi Gras events. You know, a lot of things like that. They had a lot of little
Mardi
different
Gras
parties.
Something else. Just like
you know, even with these, they were doing Mardi Gras like things way back then. You know, for celebrating for Christmas kind of things. And you know, if you did or didn't, I forget which one it was, but you would be. It was that so long they would tax you 5 shillings if you didn't celebrate it or did celebrate it. So y'all do the research on that to find that part out, though. But
so it's also interesting to know that you know, like did a lot of churches back then, they was totally against celebrating Christmas and all these days. You know what I'm saying? I read another article that I found. It was like what you should know about Christmas.
Okay.
And it had a subheading under the subheading of Christmas banned. And this was back in the days. It said, if you take a few moments to research the subject, you will find that Christmas has no root in true Christianity. Many Bible scholars of various religious denominations acknowledge this. With that in mind, it should not surprise you that in England, Cromwell's Parliament decreed in 1647 that Christmas be a day of penance, and then banned it outright in 1652. Parliament purposely met on December 25th every year from 1614 to 1656. According to historian Pene Aristide, ministers who preached on the nativity risk imprisonment. Church wardens face fines for decorating their churches.
Damn.
By law, shops stayed open on Christmas as if there were any regular business day. Why such drastic measures? Puritans reformers believed that church should not create traditions that did not exist in the scriptures. They actively preached and distributed literature denouncing Christmas celebration. So
I can understand that, though.
So, you know, like, even they didn't talk. It's something that, like, just kind of snuck in. You know what I'm saying?
Dog, I ain't gonna lie. I looked at it like how we saying. I looked at it as a child in those kind of selfish ways as I'm gonna get something. But it wasn't until I got older till I was able to realize, you know what? If we're gonna celebrate this thing as looking at it as our Savior's birthday, as far as him being born on earth, because he always existed with God. But for us, if it's gonna be something like that, because my grandmother, for instance, and I'll be short with this too, my grandmother was born late 1800s. You know, so like 1897 or something like that. Times where the birth certificates wasn't just being well kept. She was one of 20 kids. Back then they had a gang of kids. So, you know, she lost her birth records. But what they did, my mom and them did years later, they made her a birthday. You know what I'm saying? After her children got together and stuff like that, because she didn't have no birth certificate. No. So they got together and made her a birthday so they could honor her on that day. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what you're saying about birthdays not supposed to be for folks and things like that, because all honor does go to God, and that's real. You know what I'm saying? But they made her a day like that. So I could see what they're trying to do with the Christmas thing. I don't know. I have no idea when Jesus was born on earth. But if they choose the 25th to want to celebrate it, I'm looking at it like I'll participate in that as being older, not for the gift exchange, but thinking about my Lord on that day. I don't have to go to the mall and stress myself out about what I can get this person or that person, because my mind state's no longer there.
But it's just like the directions. If a person leaves you directions that's going to save your life and they didn't mention you doing something, you should follow it to the T, because this is going to save your life.
Word.
You shouldn't do no more, no less.
Oh, yeah.
You should follow it to the T. So I understand what they want to do, but they've been misinformed. That has to change.
And that's true. That's true, because that's one thing Jesus did say. One thing he did was implemented when he had with his 12 disciples, the originals that he had with him. He broke the bread and he had the cup. And what he did was say, do this to remember me, to remember my sacrifice. So you're right about that. He didn't say nothing about the day that I came here to be born, celebrate that. He said, do this. So as often as you do this, you remember my sacrifice I did on Calvary. Exactly. So that was the program, and that still is the program that he implemented to them and to the ones that would come. So you're right about that.
Exactly. And this is what it says in McClintock's and Strong's Encyclopedia. It says, the observance of Christmas is not a divine appointment, nor is it of the New Testament origin. The day of Christ's birth cannot be ascertained from the New Testament or indeed from any other source on earth. So there are no books or publications, scrolls, or transcripts that contain information that can tell us the exact date that Jesus was born.
Let the truth talk to him, let the truth talk to him, let the truth talk to him, talk. Let the truth talk to him, let the truth talk to him, let the truth talk to him, talk. Let the truth talk to him, let the truth talk to him, let the truth talk to him, talk.